Welcome back to Deep Thought. We are going through Mega Man 3, and it's time to go through Tin Man.
Lol, penises.
Yeah, we got all the original material right here.
Yeah. Now see, this is a mining world.
Yeah, this actually does look like a mine, although that's probably more coincidence than because they actually had this stupid bullshit American plot in mind. Yeah, Hardman's stage, it's not really particularly memorable. These things are kind of irritating, admittedly. And so are these things if you don't clock on to just leg it quickly.
Yeah. Also, these little things that just jump out you, and if you don't get away, they hit you. I don't care for them either.
Yeah, there's two kinds of levels I think in Mega Man generally sort of feel a little bit underwhelming, I guess, like not in terms of the level design but in terms of like the visual style. That's either base levels, because at the end of the day there's only so much you can do with like a technical base with this limited number of colours, and there's also the sort of dirt mine sort of levels, because you think this Gutsman station not particularly interesting to look at, you know. They're like the desert levels of 8-bit games. Why are you using that fucking rapid fire?
Because I'm a scrub and I'm proud to admit it.
Yeah, no, it's really not that hard just to tap the buttons a few more times. Like, it was Mega Man X that taught me to kind of get used to tapping quickly, because I love just speeding through that game, like murdering something with my own natural rapid fire rather than an automated one.
Yeah, whatever. If you have the ability, I say use it to your full potential. There's no shame in doing so.
Mega Buster's out for Harambe.
I knew you were gonna say that. I was just waiting for someone to say it.
Can we dedicate this part to Harambe players?
Sure,
Yes.
I'll title this Mega Buster's out for Harambe.
Good.
Something like
Yay.
Yeah, these things, like, they're annoying before you get used to the jump pattern, but it's the thing with like quite a lot of the enemies in Mega Man, like they can sort of dick you over until you realise exactly what your timing needs to be for jumping and shooting.
I forget what these enemies are called, but they're kind of like a sort of mini mascot for the franchise.
Oh,
and
Mets.
Okay, mechs and
Mets.
Mets or
Met.
whatever the hell you call them. I'm sorry.
Hat-men.
Yeah, it's like in this game, it might have been in 2, but in this game they start like showing multiple variations of them, like them in like little, like as we saw, just like bulldozers, and in Mega Man 4 we're gonna see them in like I think like little swimming flippers and whatnot, and they're just so cute, and I love them.
Yeah, the Mets are recurring throughout the entire series pretty much. Like, I'm pretty sure they show up even as far as the Zero series. Like, so these things last like several hundred years just with a, little stubby thing with a hard hat.
Also, even had to use a energy tank for Proto Man.
There are no bold statements in my paradiddle.
Yeah, what does Proto Man think he's going to do with that fighting style? Just kind of jumping around from one wall to the other. He's not aiming, obviously, so what the hell, man?
Well, no, the thing is, he thinks that Mega Man is just another Robot Master where you can usually win by jumping and shooting aimlessly.
So he's just trying to use his strategy. Okay. That's so. Hardman died.
Yeah. Come to think of it, Hardman is another one that's fairly easy to do with a Buster. I've seen some people go Hardman first too.
More like Easy Man.
Well,
Nice.
Snap.
Oh, Hard Knuckle. No, I don't like this one. It's too slow.
Yeah, like, I mean, can you beat a slow fisting? That's pretty much what it is. And now we've got Hardman. It's time to whip out the needle. God, this is too fucking easy, you know.
Yeah, but this is this what I call the second cycle. Like after you beat Hardman, and now you have just Needle Man, Snake Man, and Gemini Man. This is where like the weaknesses order just kind of stops. I can't remember what weapon that I used to defeat Needle Man, but Well, it's certainly not hard knuckle because I think that's what Top Man is weak to.
Yeah,
and
Top Man's
again,
weak to the hard knuckle.
Okay, yeah. I don't care for that structure, again. I will say, though, I do like Needle Man's stage, the design. Like, it's kind of like a city of sorts. Like, I mean, I guess this is what this is. It's certainly not a mining world.
No, I see all the like little bits of rope and shit hanging out. It's reminding me of the ship from, I think, the start of, is it DKC 2? The sort of shit you climb on. That's just all that's coming to my mind.
So we're on a pirate ship, then.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, Pirate Ship City.
Yeah. Can you imagine if all the Mega Man stages just took place on pirate ships? That'd be so much fun.
Well, I mean, doesn't Legends sort of kind of go there at parts?
Kind of.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, well, that's Legends. I'm talking about classic Mega Man.
So, Legends, I haven't played it, it just looks kind of dull to me.
Yeah, Legends is weird. There's a PlayStation game, and then they rebranded for the N64 and called it Mega Man 64. I heard, like, it has a dedicated fan base, because Mega Man Legends 3 ripped that game. But it's...
That's my favorite one.
It's so good, it doesn't even exist. But, yeah, I heard it's not great, but it's, again, like, it has its own fan base, so they must have done something right.
Well, there's a fan base for everything. Like, you could shit out any old crap and there'll be people who like proper dedicated for it. That's not a comment on the game itself because I haven't played it.
There's a market
just
for scat porn.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's something completely different from Mega Man Legends. Although, I mean, if you want to compare, I mean, now that I think about it, they're not too far apart.
I mean, the art style of Legends looks kind of like that, but, you know, that's just the effect of being an early 3D game, though.
Yeah. Now I remember, we used the Shadow Blade. I mean, Shadow Blade, that's what it's called? Anyway, yeah, this is like Metal Blade's deformed cousin. It works. That's it. It works. It does the job.
I like his pattern there for the last few hits.
Yeah, freaking Needle Man.
Yeah. Either way, he didn't take too much work, so whatevs.
Yeah, go stick yourself in someone's arm. And this weapon here, it's alright, I suppose. Needle Cannon, that's what it's called. It's okay.
Yeah, you got the Rush Jet though, which I'm remembering now that I tend to go this guy fairly early on because I usually have the jet by the time I go to Magna Man stage, so I can avoid that really irritating sort of on the disappearing reappearing blocks with the magnets fucking you over, because that's kind of bullshit, that section.
It's not that difficult.
It's just irritating.
Not really.
It's juggling several things at once, that's what I don't like about it.
Yeah, but like, even then, most of the time, the blocks are above the magnets anyway.
Yeah, but still, you gotta jump through them sometimes.
Oh, it's so difficult.
I think we also completely skipped over Rush himself. Like,
oh yeah,
as you saw in the last game, the items were just like labeled as Item 1 and Item 2. And I suppose they didn't think that was riveting enough, so they just gave Mega Man a dog to use those items. And Rush is cool. I like his design a lot.
How have you managed to take so much damage at this point in the level?
Because I think I've said this before, I am a scrub, also a shit player. I mean, even if I'm doing well, you guys will still find something to nitpick my gameplay.
Well, yeah, that's kind of our thing, but still.
Yeah, but yeah, a Snake Man stage is pretty cool too. I like how these pipes here are kind of designed after a snake, kind of look like the scales.
Yeah, I like the scales, like I like Bowser.
Are you just gonna admit that here?
Yeah, sure. But yeah, I'll echo what you said. Like, to me, I think this level does look really cool. I like that they've got this quite unique theme, as opposed to, you know, being another base or another sort of outside area or whatever. This is really cool.
Yeah. I think I've noticed that I've also been saying mostly positive things about this game, even though I said at the beginning it's not my favorite game in the series. Like least favorite, I should say. I think we'll get to why towards the end.
Yeah, I think in
Next
part
part.
3 we'll be covering just exactly what's wrong with this game, but yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that hype as fuck ladder.
What is this thing anyway? Is like how does this work? Did he just stick that on the end of a pipe? Like that just seems really uncomfortable.
Yeah, so what you were doing wrong there is don't stand on the moving parts, because once you get on them, it's kind of hard to get off. If you just stand like on the solid ground, then you can just shoot him no problem.
I just had a weird theory. What if we're not walking along like pipes, and what if it's like a big huge penis?
Okay, that's even worse than game theory.
What if it's just a giant ass? It would have been cool if it was just a giant snake that you fought at the end. I mean, technically we fought two, but what if it was just a bigger snake? But yeah,
Mine's pretty big.
it is pretty big. I'll admit that. This last part, kind of honestly just came out of nowhere. This is kind of like something out of Airman's stage from the last game, and it's, I mean, just as complicated as Airman's stage was. It's just jumping around and stuff. Oh, there are these missiles here too. Try not to get hit by them.
Yeah, the not bullet bills, but I do kind of like the higher up areas in certain Mega Man stages. It's kind of serene. It reminds me of one of the Wily Tower stages from Wily Wars. But yeah, Snake Man's not that hard once you clock onto his pattern, although his pattern isn't always immediately obvious at first.
Running left and right.
Or when you're not using his weakness, he jumps at certain points, and there is a way to let him not hit you, and there's a way to get in his way when he starts shooting the snake things and shit.
Yep. And then we get his weapon.
Snake Search.
Search Snake.
Search snake.
Whatever, you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's a freaking weird weapon. They just shoot out mini snakes. And you use this weapon is the one that you use at like the final phase of the last boss of the game. And I mean, I guess.
Top man.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, you could probably use it for Top Man too, but whatever.
Well, like, I've got to say, Gemini Man's stage, I really do not like this stage. It goes on too long. It's kind of dull to look at. Like, this particular arrangement of the song is kind of shit. Like, I've heard covers of it that are good, but, you know, I don't like this.
I mean, I'll meet you halfway. I do think that the beginning of this stage is kind of long. And, I mean, the stage overall is just far too long. But I think the design is just fine. I mean, I like the faux parallax scrolling in the beginning of here. And, like, when we finally get into the, I'm assuming this is another mining world, so once we get into the core of the mining world, that is Gemini Man's stage, I like the design, like the various colors that are going on. I mean, maybe some people will find it distracting. I find it appealing.
Well, see, the thing there is you're wrong. I think this section here is just a slow, wait for the thing to come so it doesn't knock you back into a pit and then shoot it, and yeah, it's not offensive, but it's not particularly interesting either. Then you get inside and everything still stays slow, you know.
And Proto Man just fucks off.
Yeah, it's like
you beat me 4 times already. I'm done with you.
You're like, Mega Man, remember I'm here. These things take forever to get out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the concept though. They're like eggs, and you're destroying the babies inside. It's kind of macabre when you think about it.
I love abortion.
That's basically what's going on there, but you know.
Yes, exactly. Oh god, are we like inside like a giant monster's like cervix or something? Jeez.
Why not?
But yeah, I think this does take too long.
Yeah, well, to be fair, that was taking ages because you were jumping around like an idiot.
Yeah. You're doing it the retarded way.
Okay. Well, I
my
guess
God.
just ye old retarded even is what you've come to expect from these Mega Man playthroughs.
Yeah. Ugh.
So,
what is the weapon that you guys prefer for getting rid of those things?
The Buster.
well, that works as long as you're quick. Yeah, you were just sort of jumping, shooting, taking ages. I think the problem was you were taking out ones you didn't need to take out, and you were avoiding parts that you could easily have slid under.
I think we also glossed over that the fact that penguins are in here, and they're also there in the intro stage. So penguins in space, I think that makes sense.
Intro stage?
Sorry, not intro stage. I meant the intro to this stage, not the intro stage. I misspoke. I do that sometimes.
Thank you, Rush.
Yeah, good old Rush is here to help us all the time.
I do think it works thematically for the kind of design Mega Man is for him to have a pet dog. Just works for me.
Now, here's something I hope this is, like, good to do. Like, it's just kind of jumping around and stuff. Nah, just fuck that. Just use the Rush Jet.
You could have used the specific water one, but you didn't.
Well, I mean, the Rush Jet is better because you can go literally anywhere.
Yeah, it does make the Rush Marine in itself seem kind of pointless, admittedly.
Yeah.
It's like, if it were a thing that Rush Jet didn't work underwater, then I'd understand having, like, a separate water one, and there'd be, like, more water-based levels for you to work with it. But no, it's just sort of there. It's like they wanted to just have, like, 3 power-ups for Rush and, just fuck it.
I don't think there's ever a single time where I use the Rush Marine, and that's kind of sad.
There's nowhere you really need it or would get any benefit from it that the jet doesn't give you, so like, why use it,
Another energy tank before we take on the boss, the Gemini Man, and I can't remember if I hate him or not. Let's find out if I do.
He can be fiddly, but as long as you got the Cirque Snakes, then he's like, it'll go down soon enough, even if it's not quite as stupid easy as the others.
Oh yeah, now I remember. He's alright, I guess. Kind of annoying, but whatever. Like two
You
of
have to
them.
hit the correct one.
Like,
Oh,
I
well,
noticed that for
whatever.
the start there, you're only throwing out one at a time, and it's so much quicker if you just do chuck a handful out. There. But his weapon is so slow, like, you can dodge that easy as.
Yeah, the Gemini laser is one of the weaker weapons of the game. I think all the weapons in here kind of suck, though. The Shadow Blade is the only one that I really like, and I guess the Needle Cannon, if you can make that work as well. Although I don't remember the Needle Cannon being very useful on a whole lot of enemies and bosses and whatnot. But in any case, we are going to be taking on what I consider the worst part of the whole game in the next episode of Mega Man 3. See you next time.